Yes, guys. Evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome into another one. Yeah, we got shit to talk about. So big up to everyone. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. We're trying to get up to 100 likes real quick. So make sure you're hitting that like button as soon as you come into the video, onto the show. Whenever you see this, make sure you're hitting that like button. I appreciate it. Hope everyone's doing good. Good evening to everybody in the chat. Hope you've had a great day. And we sort of we calmed down a bit. I know there's people were asking me today if I calmed down a little bit from yesterday's game. And you know what my answer to it is? No. I'm actually more pissed off. I'm actually more pissed off than I was before. You know, I'm actually more pissed off. Big up to everyone in chat, though. Yeah, all doing it good. Yeah, I'm an angry man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm an angry man. 107 people already in the house. Make sure you're getting 100 likes. So hit that like straight away. Let's do this. Let's talk about the FSG numpties. On a slot. Didn't think, the Madrid issue was a problem for Trent. It was more Man United players. Bullshit. There was. We got to talk about it. But I've had enough. There's a lot of things I've had enough about. Yeah, I'm just going to right, guys. I hope. I hope no one's easily offended. Let me just put it this way: if you're a big, if you're a top red, sorry. I've had enough. I watched the game back. I did it to myself. I watched the game back. Yeah, I don't know why, but I did. And I watched the game back and I learned a little bit more and I got more pissed off. I got more angry. And I listen to a lot of Liverpool content creators, and I listen to not people I know. The Liverpool content creators I know are sound, so I'm not going to be talking about them. Ones I don't know, Top Reds, Redmen TV, the usual BS, the PR coming from all this bullshit. I'm going to break it down, man. What, Jamie White? I like watching games back. I really, really do like watching games back, guys. I always do. I try to. I make sure that I'm not. If I watch something, I'm always like in a game of football. I'm like, right, I'm going to talk about it because that's what we do for a living. That's what I do for a living. I'm going to have to talk about the game. My energy and my instincts and my emotions take over a little bit. So I always make sure I go back and watch the game again to see if I'm right or wrong. And me, guys, I will come here and on live and admit when I might have been a bit over the line. I was wrong with this or I was wrong with that. But for this instance, I weren't wrong at anything. In fact, I didn't go hard enough yesterday. Big up Tom, by the way. Big up Tom Little. I watched Tom Little on the Football Terrace yesterday. Big up my man Tom Little. Put in absolute facts. I love Tom, man. I absolutely love Tom. But no, I'm going to get this off my chest. I'm sorry if I offend anybody. And if you feel like I'm offending you, please let me know in the chat, yeah? I'm not aiming at anyone in particular, right? But we're a cesspit. We're a fucking cesspit. We love this underdog bullshit. And I hate it. I absolutely hate the fact we love this underdog bullshit. And because we love this underdog bullshit, it has seeped into our pores. It's just like we don't want to be favourites. We don't want to be this. We don't want to be that. We want to be the underdog. It's bullshit. I'm sick of it. I hate it. Be up Luke in the chat. Be up Fozzie as well. I can't stand it, and it has seeped into our club, our players, everyone. It has seeped into this underdog spirit. Oh, we're going to do it with no money. We're going to do it like this. We're going to do it the proper way. Do what? Fail? Fail, because that's what we do. And when we fail, everyone will go, we tried. And we pushed them all away. Yeah, fuck that shit no more. I'm done with it. I'm done with this pushing. I'm done with this underdog bollocks and all this because it's seeping into our club. It's seeping into the players, man. It really is. And I can't remember when Liverpool used to be like this. When did this underdog story start, guys? Like, I watched the game back, as I said. Then I listened to people talking about the game. There's a lot of people like myself that are angry and upset, and rightly so. And there was other people that were calm about the situation. And then there was other people that just piss me off. It's right. And this is why I talk about this underdog story. Man United are 14th in the Premier League. 14th in the Premier League. I don't care if their name's Manchester United. They're a team that are 14th in the league. I don't care if Manchester's 30 odd miles away from Liverpool and it's this Northwest derby. They're 14th in the league. They're dog turd. We played the occasion again. How many times as a football club recently, in recent years, do we play as a football club? Like we always play of, we play the occasion. The occasion got the better of us. Everything got the better of us. We like being the underdog. I don't. I like stamping our authority. And our authority right now is that we are the league leaders. We are the best team in Europe. We are top of the Champions League. We're top of the Premier League. We're in the League Cup semi-final. And we should be dominating our authority on these teams that are below us. Man United are Man United by name only. Yeah, by name only. As a team right now, they're terrible. And yeah, they played their heart out yesterday. They put a thing together and, they played really well. Yeah, granted, okay. I guarantee you any money they lose their next game. You got Man United fans chatting today like they won the game. It's another reason why I had to watch it, because I thought we lost. But Man United fans going like they won the game. And what a performance, what a brave performance at Anfield and all that. And you're right. I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, you're 14th in the league. If I was a Man United fan, I'd actually be pretty happy about that point, pretty proud of the team, because they're 14th in the league. They're a mid-table side. They have been for a while now. Yeah, they've got into the top four occasionally in recent years, but they're pretty much a mid-table team, Manchester United now. They're only name only. Take the name out of it. They could be Coronation Street FC for all I care, right? They're a mid-table team. We got to start being the team that Bill Shankly made. Bill Shankly made this colossal side. And at this moment in time, I think we're letting him down. We should be the team. And it's not just the players and the manager, it's the ownership as well at times. I've never really been one of these Liverpool fans that go at, the owners as much as a lot of other Liverpool fans do, yeah? I've never been that guy. I always sort of stand back from this FSG in FSG argument. I've always said, when they're doing something right, I praise them. When they're doing something wrong, I'll give them criticism, yeah? And here comes my criticism. Right. Jurgen Klopp decided he wanted to pack his ball, take his ball and go home, right? And that's what he done. I'm sorry for everyone who's a massive Klopp fan and you're trying to find excuses why Jurgen left. Jurgen took his ball and went home and got paid more money by Red Bull to work there. All right, can we just leave it as that, yeah? That's what happened, right? Let's not look around the houses. Let's not look at excuses or anything like that. The man took his ball, went home. I know people aren't going to like it. He was great manager for us. I absolutely love Jurgen Klopp, yeah? What he did for the City, what he did for the football team and everything will never be forgotten. And I hope they build a statue of him one day. But he did take his ball, went home and got paid by a better job, right? That's what happened, right? So the club had to change it. The club had to change it and they got a manager in that not a lot of people fancied, yeah? I watched a lot of Liverpool content creators. I watched a lot of people talking, right? I'm not watching Liverpool no more. We got Arne Slot in. It was the cheap bit. We did the cheap deal. We got Arne Slot in. Why didn't we get Ruben Amorim in? I remember this. Everyone was going, why didn't we get Ruben Amorim in? Why have we gone for Arne Slot? No one's ever heard of him. He's the cheap option. Well done. The owners have done the cheap option again. I'm not watching Liverpool again. I'm protesting and not watching Liverpool again. All them fuckers watch Liverpool because I see all their content. They don't stop watching Liverpool. So they did well with that, yeah? They got Arne Slot in. They got Richard Stewart. They got all these people in, yeah, behind Arne Slot. Got his team in and all that. And the season has started brilliantly, yeah? But there's a cloud over us, guys. And we can't ignore this cloud. We can't ignore this cloud that's come over our team. And that cloud at the moment is these contracts that are looming over us and the willingness of not showing enough ambition in the market to improve areas of the pitch in recent years, like a bit of neglect. But that cloud is still over us, guys. It's going to continuously stay over us. The forecast till the end of the season is rough winds and some gale. You know, rough winds, some heavy rain at times, maybe a little shower. That's the forecast of Liverpool till these contracts are sorted, and it's starting to affect the team now. Like we saw this with Trent yesterday. You know, Trent's contract situation is obviously affecting him. Virgil made a comment on it. Then we hear Virgil's nowhere near a contract. I'm sitting there today hearing Virgil is nowhere near a contract from his own mouth. I'm like, what is going on? Either offer these guys contracts, put it on a plate, and if they don't accept it, move on. Because I've had enough. I've literally had enough. It's like we've not even offered anyone anything yet. Like anything. We are in January. And these contracts are now starting to affect us a little bit because people are talking about them more after when we drop points. And that is going to start seeping into the side constantly. You know, these Trent stuff, this ain't going away. The Trent stuff, guys, is not going away, right? Until either Trent comes out and says, oh, this Real Madrid stuff, I don't want to go anywhere. I can't wait. I need to sit down with Liverpool and sort my contract out. You know, this is where I want to be. Hopefully we can get things sorted. That puts a chill in it. But then it's up to the club to offer them. What the club doing? Look, Richard Hughes is our sporting director. I gave him a little bit of slack. like I think a lot of us did. He only came into this job in June and July. Yeah, with these guys already on 1 year deals left. So it was a hard situation for him straight away. So we gave him a bit of slack. No, that's okay. We're like, right, you're new to the job. You know, we'll give you a little bit of slack here because this ain't your fault that they're in 1 year left of their contract. So we're sit here, we're chill a little bit, yeah? We're chill a little bit. That's fine. But now it's January. What is it? January the 6th today. And still nothing's been sorted. And now it's starting to linger. Yeah, now it is starting to linger. And every time we go drop points, the same things are going to be brought up. You know, it can't be helped. We bring it up as content creators because it's what we need to talk about. Sky will bring it up. TNT Sports will bring it up. If the game's on Amazon, they'll bring it up. They only now purposely interview the 3 players that are on contracts. Don't really give anyone else time. And when they give everyone else time, they talk about the other 3 that got contract issues. So anytime Liverpool drop points, it's going to be spoken about continuously. Obviously, when Liverpool don't drop points, they won't speak about it as much, but they still make word of it. Like Liverpool could win. Liverpool could win 4 or 5-0 in a game, yeah? So Liverpool could beat Spurs on Wednesday, which we should because Spurs have got so many injuries, it's unreal. You know, they're using a youth team goalkeeper, for goodness sake. If we win that game 3 or 4-0, they'll go, oh, Trent was amazing, Salah was amazing, yet again, Virgil was a colossus. How have these guys not sorted out their contracts yet? It won't go away. And eventually, guys, that's going to keep seeping in. You know, it's starting to seep in now. And we've got to get this sorted. Just one way or another, these contracts have to be done. And FSG need to get off their arse. Now, I don't blame them a lot, FSG. You know this, guys. I'm quite cool on this whole ownership group and all that. I've had arguments with my mates and all that. And, you know, I go back and forward with a lot of content creators that are Liverpool fans on this sort of stuff. I don't bring it up a lot. You know, I'm not really this hashtag FSG out sort of guy, yeah? I don't feel like I have to talk about it all the time because we all pretty much feel the same, don't we, about FSG. I think we all feel pretty much the same. There's bits in our squad that need trimming. There's bits in our squad that we still need a few players in. But these contracts, man, like, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if we signed the 3 guys up this January and didn't buy anyone this January, yeah? It's not like I wouldn't care. It's just the fact that I think if we sign players but still don't sign these guys up to contracts, there will still be more talk around the football club that could cause the club problems, yeah? But if we sign these 3 guys up and buy no one, I think the club can still go on and win the Premier League this year because Man City are not chasing us. Arsenal are going to drop points, as we've seen. Liverpool go drop points. Chelsea go drop points. It's going to be a low points total. You know, Liverpool have to win Liverpool can make 90 points if they don't drop 10. If Liverpool can drop 10 more points to reach 90 or something mad like that. So it's going to be a low point total. It's going to be in the 80s, probably mid-80s, that wins the league. And we're not being chased by City. So I feel like we can win the league without buying anyone this January because we're not being chased by City, because I don't believe Arsenal will go buy anyone. And I think Chelsea are looking at Gay from Palace as a defender. I don't think that's going to pull up any trees. But if the contract situation is still lingering, it's going to cause an issue, guys, even if we buy players. Even if you go out and buy a left back and a midfielder, people still talk about the contracts that are not being done. You know, we can come to March and April, the really busy times. Yeah, we've signed a left back and a midfielder, but if Trent has another stinker, Virgil has another stinker, Salah has another stinker, it'll be spoken about again. These boys are still not on contracts. Happy New Year, Gene. Grow. Big up. It's just, and it's going to be the constant issue, guys. You know, why are they got 1 year left? What happened to our club? Like, seriously, guys, what happened to our football club? We did this never used to be an issue. We used to laugh at other football clubs that would have their best players on 1 year left on their deals. We used to sit here and go, you're so badly run. You're a disgrace. How can you have your best player on a year left? Now that's us. Now we're just looking in the mirror at ourselves and laughing at ourselves. We're literally that Spider-Man meme now. That's what we are. You know, we're just looking at ourselves, and that's us now. 3 of the best players in our team are down to 1 year left on their deal, and that's down to do with the ownership group. They employ people. Everything comes down to who your main employers are. Always does. And they employed no sporting director. There was a time at our football club we didn't have a sporting director, guys. Our Klopp was doing all the work. We had literally no sporting director. We had to go and hire Big George from Ibiza just to be our sporting director. Most of the time, he's just sitting at a bar in Ibiza with his iPad doing work. Nothing could get done. The neglect and complacency at our football club the last few years has been a bit of a disgrace, and we can't keep this happening. We just can't keep this going on. You know, and whose idea was it? Whose idea was it for Salah, Trent and Virgil's contracts to run out on exactly the same day, on exactly the same year? Whose bright idea was that? Literally, who's bright? Why were they not stagnated? When you know you've got 3 top players, whose idea was that to have Trent, Virgil, and Mo Salah's contract finished on the same day in the same year? Whose bright idea was that? Who thought, you know, that's a great idea, right? That's not stagnate these contracts. That's not, you know, it's not make sure one's above the other. Let's do it all on the same day. Klopp's idea. It's absolutely fucking madness to me, guys. That's not a well-run club. I used to be very big on this club in recent years, saying this is a well-run football club, and it was for a time. Even the biggest FSG outers will say we behind the scenes were a well-run football club. Rivals used to be jealous of the transfer work we did. They used to be going. Rivals used to say, how did you get that player so cheap? Where did you scout that player? How comes you got Salah for 30-odd million and made it work? How did you get Mane for 30-odd million and make it work? How did you get Gini Wijnaldum from Newcastle and make it work? Van Dijk for 75 million was laughed at when we bought him. No one laughs no more. Do you know what I mean? Robbo, an £8 million left back from Hull City. Hull City. Hull City. No one realised how good of a left back back then Robbo would be. So people used to be jealous of the work we used to do. Rivals started copying what we did. They started to get things in and copied the work that we did. Oh, Liverpool were doing it like this. They use data research. This is what they do. They started copying the system that we used. And now people are better in it than us. People have copied our ideas and they are better than us at it. And what happened? Like, literally, what happened? I don't know, but this has got to stop, man. FSG, John W. Henry is the owner of this football club, if he likes it or not, yeah? I know he's employed Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards to do a job, but at this moment in time, he should be looking at it and going, they're not doing it. I need to intervene here. I need to find out what the fuck is going on. Why my three best players could leave for nothing at the end of this season. That's so much money out of my pocket. I'm losing money by losing my three commodities in this team. They're my three main commodities. One of the guys, the Egyptian fucking king, probably sells shitloads of shirts. Why am I losing him for free? Makes no sense. He's got to wake up and smell the fucking coffee and go, right, this ain't like baseball. This is different. This is not the same sport. This is a world global sport at the highest end. And he's got to start treating it like that. And he's got to fucking intervene. He's got to get on the phone to these guys and go, what the fuck are you doing? Why are they not signed contracts yet? Tell me why. What if you offered them? What are you looking at? Offer them 2-year deals. Give them 2-year deals and give them a pay rise. And if they don't accept that, fine. You've done everything you can. And we tell the world they're not accepting a contract and they've got to go. But then you move on. But fucking show some... You can't be self-sustainable. If you want to be a self-sustainable football club, keep your best players. It's as simple as that. Because if you don't want to be a self-sustainable football club, let all your fucking players go and there'll be no money coming into this football club. Do you think people, like, what other players, top, like, you want top players at your football club, yeah? What are players at your football, you look around the world, yeah, and you try and buy a top player, and they go, why am I coming to you? You just let Salah go for nothing. Do you mad you are? I wanted to come and play with Mo Salah, but you've just let Mo Salah leave for nothing, right? If you've let Mo Salah leave for nothing and can't give him a contract that man deserves for all the work he's done for your football club and being the best player in the world right now, why would I come to your football club? It's going to be harder to win things, guys. It's going to be harder for us to win things. It really is. Without your best players at your football club. Yeah, we can pull a rabbit out the hat. We've done it many times before. It wouldn't shock me if we did it again in the transfer market, that we find this diamond. And we can find a diamond. There's no doubt about it. But we shouldn't have to. How about we keep Salah? How about we keep Trent? I hate Trent at the moment. I ain't going to lie to you guys. I won't ever lie to you. Trent fucks me off. Yeah, he pisses me off. I ain't going to lie. I don't really like Trent at the moment, but I acknowledge the footballer that he is, and I don't want to lose that footballer. Mo Salah, I love. Virgil, I love. Right? You keep them at your football club. You show ambition by keeping them first off. The fan base will be like, great. Showed a bit of ambition. You kept your three best players. Good. Now go and add to that. It's so simple for these owners, yeah, to be liked by us fans. Because, yes, we've got a brand new training facility. Anfield, 60-odd thousand now. They've done a lot of nice work behind the scenes, getting Arnold slot in, making it quite a simple transition. It's good work. I'm not going to knock them on that. That's good work. But having your three best players leave, who are they going to replace them with? FSG just got to turn their pockets out for the first time in their history. We know they don't really spend like that. They can if they want to, but they don't because they've got these laws they abide by for the last 15 years. They're not going to change that like that now. They're just not going to do it. It's the way they do business with everything they have. This is the way they do business. They believe it's the best for business, and it probably is for the best for John W. Henry and Tom Werner. It's probably the best for them and the 26 other people that work for FSG, yeah? It's probably the best for them because they get fucking minted, yeah? And clubs, all their clubs are stable. You know, their clubs are making money. They're stable. They're run well behind the scenes. They're making more money. So everything's sound. There's a penny. Like, why do they need to invest? Why do Liverpool need to win league titles? I'll tell you why we need to win titles. Because that fucking badge right there. That badge right there means more than anything in this world, yeah? Footballing wise, to me, you know, apart from my wife and kids, this fucking badge means more to me than anything else in this world, right? And I expect it means more to you guys in the chat than anything else in the world apart from your families. That is the ambition they need to show. And if they show that ambition to us fans, we'd probably get behind them a little bit more. Yes, they've done some stupid things like copyrighting the name Liverpool just so they can make money off it. You can't do that. It's an actual place, you plums. Yeah, the ticket pricing that we'll get into at the moment, but it's just not them to blame for ticket pricing. I believe all 19 out of the 20 Premier League clubs have all upped their ticket prices. I think it's only Crystal Palace who hasn't. Yeah. And Liverpool have upped it the least out of a lot of clubs. So everyone's done that. The furlough stuff on COVID was a disgrace. It should never have happened. I agree. But they took advantage of the government ruling, again, to save money when they don't need to save it. They could turn around everything. If they just went, you know what, everyone's right. This is Liverpool Football Club. Forget about the Boston fucking Red Sox, yeah? Hardly anyone knows about the Boston Red Sox if you don't live in North America, yeah? I'm sorry. Big up to American Liverpool fans and Americans in the chat. Much love to you. I don't mean this badly, what I'm about to say. But American sports are fucking shit. And no one cares worldwide, yeah? The biggest sport in the world is fucking football. And one of the biggest clubs in the world in fucking football is Liverpool Football Club, which makes it one of the biggest, hottest prospects in the world. You know, just put the money, like, make a decision. This is what they got to do. They got to make a decision. I know they're baseball people. I get it because they're American owners, yeah? I didn't expect them to be, we're diehard soccer fans or anything like that, yeah? They're Americans. They're baseball people, yeah? But as baseball people, if you talk to Americans, and I know someone from Boston that I spoke to, they can't stand FSG because they don't put no money in. They did to start with. I believe Boston Red Sox ain't won a World Series for like 100 years or something till FSG took over. And I think they won 2 World Series in that time, right? But that's what FSG are great at. They take a club, a massive, massive club, a massive franchise that's hit rock bottom, and they bring it up to the top. And that's what they're great at. I'm not going to disrespect them for that. They did it with Liverpool. They did it the right way. They invested correctly, got the managers in correctly. It took them a few years to get it right because they had people like Brendan Rodgers in their ear, giving them lies and telling them bullshit because they didn't really know because it's not their sport. You know, and eventually they got it right and everyone got in place. They got Jurgen in. They bought players. They let the right players leave. They built a very good squad in that time. And I will say, well done. Yeah, in that time when you brought Klopp in, you brought in and you brought together that nice squad that we had that went Champions League and Premier League back to back. And then it stopped. And that's everyone's issue. And that's my problem right now. You know, and that's my problem right now. Big up John Moneyball. They brought in Slot as a coach. Trent Virgil and Salah replacements and save money. Moneyball. Yeah, the Moneyball stuff. Thing is, we don't even do Moneyball no more, John. I wouldn't mind if we're doing Moneyball. I wouldn't mind it if we did it correctly. I'm good with that. If we do it correctly, I'm all right. I don't actually mind being a self-sustained football club. I know a lot of people that actually don't mind it if you do it correctly. Yeah, I'm fine with it. If you want to sell 70 million pounds worth of talent that might not be good enough, but you go and then spend it on maybe 2 players that will make your team better, then do that. I don't mind that. Maybe I'm the only one who don't mind it. I don't know, but I don't mind that sort of thing. If you want to sell, I don't know, Stefan Pasetic and Ben Doak, yeah, you sell them, right? You sell them for about, I don't know, 50 million, yeah, together, right? And then you go and buy, I don't know, a Zubamendi and a Kirkes, yeah, with that money, right? You put a little bit extra on top. You're buying 2 better players that improve your team and 2 players that are not good enough for your team, but you use that money to buy 2 better players. I don't mind that, but we don't even do that no more. We don't even do that at the moment. Like this summer, that's what FSG used to do. When we used to sell players, I'd be like, right, sell the players. I'm cool with that because I know FSG. I then go give the manager the money to bring players in. That's what we're known for. But it hasn't happened this summer. How much profit, guys? How much profit in the chat did we make this year through sales? Everyone remind me, how much profit did we make this year through sales? $40 million, yeah? About 3 yachts worth, about 40 mil. Yeah, 40 million. How much did we spend? How much did we spend? I think it was over 100 million we made. I think we sold like 100 million pounds, close to 100 million pounds worth, loan fees and transfer fees and shit like that. We obviously brought in Federico Chiesa for 13 million, which if he weren't injured and played every week, that's a bargain. And I'll be like, oh, okay, that's a bargain. Got Mohamed Salah for 30 odd million, who's going to come the following year. And I'm going to get to Allison in a bit because Mohamed Salah might be Liverpool's #1 next season. But we used to spend it all. Guys, we used to spend it all. This is the thing. We used to get, right, we got 80 million in, we're spending 80 million because that's how they like to be, self-sustainable. You know, if there's the players out there that will make us better and we're selling these players and we can improve on them players, go and spend that money. We used to do that. We don't do that no more. But I don't get why. We're after the perfect player. Perfect players don't exist. I like buying a good player, don't get me wrong. We was after Zubamendi, yeah? I know some people in the chat don't like Zubamendi. I think Zubamendi's a good footballer. And, you know, he's an upgrade on some of the midfielders that we got, right? You get him in the team, fair enough. He's an upgrade on like Endo. He's an upgrade on Stefan Pasetic. He's an upgrade on Tyler Morton. Yeah, he's simple as that. Like you could sell them 3. You could sell Endo and Tyler Morton tomorrow and bring in Zubamendi straight away. That makes your team better because he's better than them too. But the deal never happened for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't believe. I know Zubamendi's come out and said, "Oh, I said no because I spoke to my family and all that." Bullshit for me, saving face, because all of a sudden he wants to leave now. It's all bollocks, yeah? It's all bollocks. Liverpool just fucked around, yeah? But to say there's no one else, when obviously there's players you can upgrade on in certain positions, yeah? So if you look at Gravenberch and McAllister, okay, they're very hard to upgrade on, but they're not the players I want upgrading on. The players we want upgraded on are the Tyler Mortons and the Endos as well. And I love Wataru Endo. I think it's a diamond, yeah. But I know I can get better with Wataru Endo. So you're telling me, apart from Zubamendi, in the market today, around Europe, there's no play. Douglas Luiz. You're telling me Douglas Luiz is not better than Wataru Endo or Tyler Morton? You know, if Douglas Luiz was at Liverpool, he'd have a lot more games than Tyler Morton and Endo right now, wouldn't he? That's face facts here. Of course he would have. So straight away, that's an upgrade. Yeah, Stiller, exactly. Edison. You know, there's players there that you know you could go and get that are upgrades, but we don't. I don't know what's happened to this part of our club, guys, and it annoys me. That's annoying me. This underdog bullshit that goes around annoys me. Do you know why the underdog stuff annoys me? Here's why, guys. Here's why. When the season started, right, bear with me on this one, guys. I want to know if you agree. If you don't agree, let me know in the chat. When the season started, Liverpool were extremely disciplined. Very, very disciplined, yeah? And we weren't letting in a lot of goals, keeping clean sheets. Barely anyone could make a big chance against us. But guess what? At that time, Anfield was very quiet. Jamie Carragher made points of it. Everyone made points of it. They're getting used to the way Arne Slot wants to play. Oh, they don't. And Carragher made a thing of it. They don't like boring football. They like rock and roll football. They like up and down football. They love it. The crowd love it. Anfield, I've noticed, doesn't like Liverpool playing boring and winning. They need that fire and passion and that up and down rock and roll football. That's because they love being the underdog. I don't care if we have boring football, guys. Give me boring football. Give me boring football where we keep possession for 70% and we win 2-0. Give me that. I'm sorry if people in the crowd don't like it and they're not singing and not getting that energy going. I'm very sorry, but that's the way we're going to play to win league titles. Give me that. You know, 3 points is all that matters. Like, give me that energy. Like, give me the same energy, Anfield, you give us when we're chasing games and it's up and down football and it's a basketball game, one into the other in about 5 seconds and all that sort of stuff. And the crowd, hey, give me the same energy when we're controlling games 2-0 because the players react to the fans, yeah? Players react to fans. That it's just a natural instinct that you react, yeah? So when you're 2-0 up, when you're 1-0 up and you're controlling the game, it's easy and you're moving it around, you're defensive disciplined. And then all of a sudden you decide, the crowd are flat. They're starting to, and then you want to get the crowd back on side. So you go back to your old ways. And our old ways are playing heavy metal football. The crowd love it. I get why the crowd love it. It's exciting to see. It gets everyone energized. It gets me off my seat. Of course it does. But I think at the same time, we need I want to go back to that controlled football we were playing at the beginning of the season. I want to go back to that, guys. I want to go back to that controlled era that, before around beginning of the season to about October, November time when we're playing that controlled play. We slowed things down a lot. We didn't rush the passes. We didn't, spam crosses. How many spam crosses have we seen recently, guys? Drives me mad. Spam cross, spam cross, spam cross, spam cross, spam cross. So that's not what we were doing. I don't know if Slot's changed it up and he's felt the energy slip a little bit and he's thinking this is what he needs to do now. I hear it. I get it. I do understand it. Something just seems to be a bit of a miss with us right now. Set pieces have gone to shit as well. Yeah, walking on the atmosphere will come back. There's no doubt about it. And again, I'm not having a go at people going to the stadium to watch. We just got used to a certain way of playing. And it's taken everyone a long time to get used to a new way of playing. And that's why I think we've been better away from home than at home this season. Because away from home, we can play a little bit more in that disciplined approach a little bit more than we do at home at times. It's just going to take a while because, we had 7 years of Klopp, and Klopp football is probably the most exciting football to watch. I get it. It gets your pump racing, your heart racing, your heart's racing, your blood's pumping. You can't, it's an adrenaline. It's like an adrenaline junkie's dream is Klopp football, yeah? You can't help but get off your feet and just come on. It gets your heart pumping. Slots football may not do that as much. It's a bit more tempered. It's a bit slower. It's a bit more about technical passing, holding the ball. I want to get back to that, guys. I want to get back to that. I want to get our momentum back. I don't know what's happened with our momentum. Maybe I'm wrong to say about the Anfield crowd, but I'm not the only one who's mentioned it before. I'm not the only one who's mentioned it. I just feel like when Carragher spoke about it, was saying about they're so used to the way Klopp plays, it's just taking them a while to get used to Slot's way of playing. And it might take a year or so, and it started clicking to gear all right, this is the way we're playing now. Okay, we're winning things. We're winning league titles, winning Champions League, winning cups. Right, this is what we're doing. Maybe it's me overthinking things. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, guys. Let me know. But yeah, I think our momentum's gone a little bit. Momentum's fallen a little bit in the way we play. We're conceding a lot more big chances now. I don't know why we're conceding so many big chances. It's the same players. Something's just gone. I don't know what Slot's tactics have just changed a little bit, maybe. This 4-2-4 has to stop, by the way. I don't know why Slot's gone back to his 4-2-4 a little bit. I don't like it. It leaves us too exposed in the wide midfield areas. That's where we're getting attacked right now. We're not getting really attacked through the central areas. We're getting attacked in the wide midfield areas where we're playing 4-2-4. If you haven't got possession of the football playing a 4-2-4, you're going to get annihilated in them wide midfield areas. And that's what's happening to us right now. Teams are overloading our wide areas. So they'll have a fullback and a winger, a fullback and a winger. If they got a fullback and a winger both attacking in our wide areas when we're playing 4-2-4, we're getting overrun then in that middle area. So then you've got 2 players in each wide area and then two or three players in the midfield. So you've got almost 6 players against your 2 in that midfield. So I need us to maybe, get rid of that a little bit and go back to playing that 4-2-3-1 formation. Raw updates only next year. It certainly is. The fullbacks have been sloppy. Robbo's been dead awful. Robbo, he's just not that player no more. He needs to come out of the team. I don't rate Tsimikas that highly, but Tsimikas to me is going to have to come in at left back for a few games now, just to see if there's a difference there. And then Trent, take your pick. I mean, the thing is, I don't think Slot can drop Trent now. I think the way Slot was speaking in his press conference about Trent, guys, it sounds like to me he doesn't think Trent. He was at fault. He's not blaming Trent, but he looks like he's saying it's not the Madrid stuff that's the problem. He's saying it's the way Man United played, being very direct to his side. And I get that he's protecting Trent, and like he should. He shouldn't hang Trent out to dry, should he? He should protect him. He's his player. But if he drops Trent down and he plays Conor Bradley, the problem you're going to have is that people will question Slot. And I don't think Slot wants to be questioned right now. He's just new to the job. He's only been here 6 months. He's doing a fine job. Nothing's gone wrong, really. And if you drop Trent now and bring Bradley in for a few games and he's still not signed a contract, you're just going to get constant talk. So I think he's going to have to. He's going to play Trent. He's put himself in that corner now, and it's not put himself in that corner, or has the club done it to him? Because I'm betting Slot is looking at it and going, look, Trent's just not at it at the moment. But if I put Conor Bradley in now, I'm just going to get question after question after question. We've already seen every press conference he does. They don't talk about the game now. They just talk about, Trent and Virgil. So if he dropped Trent for Conor Bradley, could you imagine the press conferences, the interviews, the constant, and if Conor Bradley has a bad game, they're like, you're a fool for dropping Trent. Even with this contract stuff, you should have played him. So it's not actually Slot's fault. He's been put into this position. He's got to try and manage this now. I feel for him. I actually feel for Arne Slot, man. I really do. I really feel for Arne Slot because this is not his fault. Again, this is not his he's our head coach. They made that abundantly clear when they hired Arne Slot. He's the head coach. He's got nothing else. He's got nothing else about anything. He's just coaching the team. And for me, I would say, look, after that, right, I'll say it to you guys in the chat. There's 230 people in chat. Big up to everyone. Make sure you hit that like button. Guys, how many of you would drop Trent against Tottenham? Yes or no? Would you drop Trent against Tottenham? Just put a yes or no in the chat. Say no if you want to drop him. Yes if he stays in. No, say yes to drop him. No to stay in the club. So put yes in the chat if you think Trent should be dropped. Put no in the chat if you think Trent should stay in the team. Let me know, guys. Put yes in the chat if you feel Trent should be dropped. Put no if you think he should stay in the team. So mostly saying yes. Some saying no. Well, some saying no, some saying yes. Right. The reason I'm going to say right. For a player that performed that badly, I think we can all agree that whoever that player is, they should be dropped for the next game. Yeah. Because they performed to a terrible level. Yeah. They should be dropped for the next game. But I don't think Slot can drop Trent. If he drops him, he's not going to hear the end of it. He's like, the club have put Slot in such a position that it's very difficult for Slot to drop Trent now because he'll just get constant questions. He'll get constant questions. Oh, does that mean Trent's gone? Is Trent's head not in the game now? Is Madrid affecting him? And Slot, if he's going to drop him, he's going to be very clever with his answers and the way he coaches it and the way he manages the team. Because the team will talk as well. Let's not pretend players don't talk, man. Players talk, but it's a tough position Slot's in. And as Cop Class says, their Slot is paid to make these tough decisions, which I agree. I just don't think he should be put in this position, if that makes sense. He should be put in this position. And again with Trent, I said this yesterday. I will say it again and again. I think Trent is a wonderful player. I'm never going to say anything against him like that. My whole problem is, at the end of the day, he is a right back. And yesterday, I saw no accountability for him, no effort, nothing. Virgil had to defend on his own yesterday. Big up to Virgil van Dijk here. Salah didn't play well, but at least I saw effort from Salah. I saw Salah was trying. Trent, nothing. And that's my problem. He's accountability. Like, I love the guy. I really do. It's so frustrating at the moment because it's very hard. If you ever go at Trent, people just come at you. It's a bit like the Darwin Núñez shit, yeah? You can't say anything about Darwin Núñez. Yeah, you go, Núñez, 3 goals in the Premier League. Núñez, trying to get sent off against Man United when he comes on as a substitute. Núñez. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, honestly. Núñez has his song sung more than legends like Ian Rush. I'd rather have the Ian Rush song and the Dalglish song being sung than fucking Darwin Núñez's song. He came on yesterday and tried to get sent off. The fucking disgrace. Núñez. 3 goals in competitions. Núñez. Now get this cunt out of my team. I'm sick of it. Sick of this underdog bullshit. I am sick and tired of it. I'm sorry I'm swearing and I'm offending. I'm sorry if you feel offended, guys. But I'm just sick and tired of it. You know, I am sick and tired of people sticking up for Trent and Darwin when they do fucking nothing. All the time. I get fucking sick and tired of it. Where is the level in our fan base gone? Why not level up here anymore? Why have we come down here? Because we like a certain player. Darwin was shit. He's not good enough for Liverpool Football Club. But there's fans out there that's got this Darwin erection. I'm telling you, there are fans out there that just have a fucking Darwin hard on like this all fucking day. His name written all fucking over it. Can't do fuck all wrong. They find excuses. Oh, so it's Darwin's fault. Why ain't it so-and-so else's fault? It fucking does my head in. He's only got 3 goals this season. That's because he doesn't get the service. I'd rather have Kai Havertz than Núñez. Seriously, I would. I'd rather have Kai Havertz than Darwin Núñez. And Kai Havertz ain't good enough either. Ras, tell me why I'm chatting bollocks. Tell me why Darwin Núñez should stay at Liverpool. I hear you out for 2 minutes, son. You can. I will pause. I will pause, and you tell me why Darwin Núñez is good enough for Liverpool. Just please. I don't want to be this guy. I really don't. I just want Liverpool to be the best, guys. I literally want Darwin to. There we go. He's not given the service. He's got 3 goals in the Premier League. He's got 3 goals in the Premier League. He's not getting no service, though, you know. I can't be doing this no more. I can't be doing it. Harris Jota got more goals than him. How has Jota got more goals than him? Don't. He cost £85 million, almost 100 million euros from Benfica. He's had 1 good season in his whole career, and that was his 1 season. That season we bought him from Benfica. And before that, shit. After that, shit. It's not good enough. Look, Darwin seems like a great guy. Yeah, I'll say this about Darwin. He seems like a great guy. And I'd love him to have a great career. Nothing would make me happier by being proved wrong, guys. Do you know how much I'd love it if I was proved wrong? And I'll do this video this time next year. So this time, January 2026, I'm sitting here and going, I was wrong about Darwin Núñez. I'll happily say I was fucking wrong because I don't bottle shit, yeah? Unlike this football club, I don't bottle anything, yeah? January 2026, if Darwin's got, I don't know, 20 goals by the time we hit January 2026, I will sit here and go, I got it wrong. Darwin's, he was that player. We just had to wait for him to turn into that player, and now it's working. Yeah. Nunes this season. Big up Imran, my man. Big up Misha. Nunes this season, 21 shots, 2 goals. Fuck. 21 shots and 2 goals, £85 million striker. Salah probably has less shots and more goals than that in one game. These players... It's just not good enough. I want Liverpool to be the best, guys. Yeah, I get that. I want them to be the best. I like footballers. I like Trent. Trent's not doing it right now. He needs to come out of the team. Darwin, I like Darwin as his person. He seems like a great guy. Oh, I hope goes on to have a tremendous career. This is his 3rd season. He doesn't score goals. He almost got himself sent off yesterday. He needs to come out of the team. Like, he just... I want Liverpool to be the best in class, guys. I'm not being a horrible bastard on purpose. I want Liverpool Football Club to be the best in class. That's all I care about, yeah? That's all I care about. I just feel like we are turning into a club where we don't mind mediocrity. I can't say that word. I don't like. We're turning into a club that don't mind to be meaty at times. Do you know what I mean? We're turning into that club that, you know, yeah, we stick by players. That's cool. If you want to stick by, I'm not going. If you want to stick by a player, stick by a player. But if he's not good enough, he's not good enough. Surely everyone, like, I don't know what more to say. I really don't. I don't know what more to say. You know, if Darwin played for another team, we'd all joke and laugh. If Darwin was if someone else bought Darwin for 85 million and he weren't scoring goals, right? We would sit here and take the piss because that's what football fans do, yeah? But we got that player. He's never scored more than 11 Premier League goals. This is his 3rd season. He cost us £85 million. He's meant to be the number 1 striker. He's meant to be our number 9. He's meant to be the guy we rely on. We should be relying on Salah to still score goals at 32 years of age. It should be Darwin. He cost that much money. He didn't cost £85 million to be a bit part player and be an impact sub. He just didn't. Now, everyone might like him. He might be a great guy. He's effective. He beats people up and people love that, yeah. He's got more yellow cards per minute than he has goals this season. Let that run. Guys, let that sink in. Our main striker that costs 85 million quid, right, has more games, more yellow cards per minute than he has goals in the Premier League. Do you know how mad that is? Jota was injured and he's still outscoring him. Yeah, Balotelli, terrible, man. Rats is blaming Slot. Rats, I love you, man. You've been on the channel for ages, so I'm not going to say anything. But everyone's allowed their opinion. You know, I'm not going to shoot you down, man. You've been on the channel for a long time, so I'm not going to shoot you down. But it's just, I just want Liverpool to be the best, guys. Am I wrong for wanting Liverpool to be the best? Am I wrong for that? And maybe my passion gets too much. Yeah, maybe my energy is too much. Maybe I'm over emotional. Maybe I'm over emotional. Yeah. Maybe I'm just over emotional. Am I over emotional, guys? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Guys, I need you to tell me, because I need to know if I'm wrong, because you guys are the only ones that can tell me if I'm wrong here. Am I just a bit too passionate and a bit too emotional here? I bet Yibber, I don't think you're talking to me. I said that yesterday, Ras. I said he was wrong. I said, if you watched the video yesterday, I said Slot was completely wrong. All right, big up, guys. I appreciate it, love, guys. Appreciate it, love. No, you just have high standards, Jay. Just passionate about your club, love. So not just truthful. That's all I'm trying to be, man. That's all I'm trying to be. Just a bitch. I get over emotional, and I get it. It's just my passion. I can't help it. I can't help myself sometimes. I am quite an emotional person at heart. About anything like if I get into something, I love something, or so, I get very passionate and very emotional about it. Yeah? So obviously, my wife and my kids passionate and emotional. My football club, I'm passionate and emotional about my football club. My friends, people close to me. Yeah, I get really emotional. I'm just like that. I can't help being like that. I mean, I don't do this fake. Yeah, I'm not sitting here, guys, right now being fake or anything like that. You can ask my wife; she'll tell you. This is how I am. Yeah. This is just how I am as a person. So sometimes I can come over a bit too much. I get it. And I say things I shouldn't at times. My brain, is a bit slower than my gob. I get it. But it's just me, man. It's just me. I'm just passionate about my club and about the things I love. Jane, if we let our players get away with it, and then we have the same ambitions as our owners, that stands have to be at the highest. Exactly, man. Be it Alex says, no, you're not emotional. Humans given, we need to experience them at least once in a life. Nothing wrong with it. Big up, Alex. Yeah, it's just, I'm not passionate enough. I just, no, we haven't blown the league. Look, we're 6 points clear, man. We're going to still win it. Yeah, Yasmin, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Not all, Jamie, you're red from free. That's all I try to be, man. That's all I try to be. Look, it's all I try and do, man. I love all you guys in the chat. I'd stick up for every one of yous. Anyone came at you guys, I'd stick up for all of you guys as well. It's just who I am as a person, and I get emotional about my football club. And I get irritated by when I see things online, people talk. I get irritated by Liverpool fans. I get irritated by some of my closest friends that are Liverpool fans talking about Liverpool. I'm like, I don't agree with what you just said. Yeah, it's just why it is. I might have gone a bit over the top today, yeah. I mean, I called Darwin a cunt, but it's just me, guys. It's just I can't help myself. I'm sorry, but look. I'm acting like we're bottom of the league, and obviously we're not. We're top of the league still, 6 points clear. As I said yesterday, it's like the weekend never happened. Everyone stayed the same. It's just frustrating. It's just a little frustrating that we didn't get more of a stranglehold right now, if that makes sense. We had a chance yesterday to really take this league by the throat and go, you know what? This is ours. I don't care what you lot do this year. We're not losing it. This is what we're doing. We're going to go 8 points clear of a game in hand. We win that, we're 11 points clear. We're just going to take a stranglehold on this league, and we're not going to let go. We are not going to let go. Come and beat us if you can. Yeah, I see you struggle. That's what I wanted yesterday, and that's why I'm so irate today. That's why I'm still irate and upset, because we just let it slip a little bit. I think if Arsenal drawing against Brighton, I think if we won yesterday, that really Arsenal would have been watching it. I don't know what's up with my glasses. Arsenal would have watched it and gone, fuck's sake. They've gone 9 points clear. And you would have started seeing it in Arsenal players. They'd be like, this points gap's too much. Like every time, like I've just gone again. But just dropping in points gives Arsenal players just that little bit more hope. Gives Arsenal that little bit more hope. Go, they drop points when we drop points. Still 6 point gap. Gives them that little bit more hope. We could have really put a dent in their confidence yesterday, man. You know, I think that's all it is, and that's why I'm so annoyed, man. That's why I'm so annoyed. Exactly, Tone. 2 hard away games. This is what my thinking was as well, Tone. Is that if we beat Man United, it wouldn't be the end of the world then if we drew to Nottingham Forest and beat Brentford. You know, was it 7 points out of 9 out of them 3 games? Especially the Forest away game's going to be a bit tricky. Brentford we should beat. That would be all right. But now if we draw against Man United and draw against Nottingham Forest and beat Brentford and Arsenal win their game, that just closes that. It gives so that if we beat Man United, that game would have just gave us that little bit of breathing room, even if we drop points against a Forest, say away from home, and then beat Brentford. My worry is that draw United, you draw the Nottingham Forest, and you beat Brentford, and Arsenal win their game. It closes the gap a little bit more. If that makes sense. So, then you've only got 5 points instead of 7, maybe. And that means Arsenal got 2 points more on you. So that's why I was annoyed, because I think the Forest game's going to be hard. They're 2 tricky away games, man. I'm not sure when the Everton game is, to be fair. They've got to find a midweek that's free, ain't they? Probably February. So we've got 2 hard league games coming up. Obviously, we've got cup games. I expect I expect to see Liverpool change the way they are a little bit in the cups. I expect a beating of Spurs. I know I expected a beating of Man United, and I think we should have. But in that Man United game, we played the occasion instead of the team we're playing against. Against Spurs, they got a youth goalkeeper in goal. They got more injuries. They haven't got no centre backs. I expect us to go and absolutely annihilate Spurs and bag goal after goal and get our form back, get a bit of love back in the game. Go and beat Spurs. Got Axon Stanley in the FA Cup on the weekend. Beat them as well with a youth team. I don't want to see no first team players in that. Nice rest. Play the youth team. Play the reserves. Play whoever you want to. Beat Axon and Stanley. And then you've got Nottingham Forest on next Wednesday? Week on Wednesday? A week on Tuesday, sorry. A week tomorrow, we've got Nottingham Forest. And then we got Brentford the following weekend. We could be sitting there at the end of the month, cosy. At the end of the month, we could all be sitting there, final of the League Cup, into the 4th round of the FA Cup, just beating Nottingham Forest and Brentford, and it's all rosy again. Everything's good. I still think we'll win the Premier League. I look at the Premier League right now. We're not getting chased by Man City. Man City, I believe, are 12 points behind us. Obviously, we have that game in hand. We could make that 15-point gap between us and Manchester City. That's a very hard task for City to get back. I know they beat West Ham, but West Ham are terrible, and City still looks a little bit dodgy in that game at the back, but going forward, they look good in that game. So I still expect City to drop points this season at various points in the season. We're being chased by Arsenal. That's the team we're being chased by. Chelsea haven't won a game in 4 or 5 matches. I think they're 11 points behind now. So you got to say Chelsea are out of it. It's us and Arsenal at this moment in time. I still think we'll win the league. I still think we'll win the league. I think City will end up finishing 4th or 3rd. I think they might catch Chelsea. But yeah, I'm still happy that we'll win the league, guys. I'm just furious in what I've seen yesterday. And I'm still furious at what I seen with the club and the way we are doing these contracts and stuff like that. 1 week into January now and no movement in transfers or contracts. And it's just a bit worrying, that's all, guys. So if I'm looking at the Premier League right now, Man City have played 20 games and they got 34 points. We've got 46, so that's what? 12-point gap? If I'm doing my maths properly. Hang on. So we are of, what are we on? 46. They're on 34. So, yeah, 12-point gap between us and Manchester City, and we have a game in hand. They are 3 points away from Forest at the moment and 2 off Chelsea. I think they catch Chelsea. I think Man City and Newcastle might catch Nottingham Forest and Chelsea, I think Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, Manchester City might be the top 4. That might be the top 4. We still only lost 1 game in the Premier League. We've drawn 4 games. Only Man City have drawn less. Us and Man City have drawn the least games. Arsenal, believe it or not, have drawn 7 games already this season, guys. This is why I think Liverpool will win the title. Arsenal have drawn 7 games and lost 2 matches. Liverpool have drawn 4 games and lost 1 game, one match. We've lost 1 match all season so far in Europe and Cups and League. So us and Nottingham Forest and Arsenal got the best defence in the league still. So it's not all bad. I'm just frustrated over yesterday because I felt like yesterday we could have just put a real big nail in the coffin, if that makes sense. Oh, we're definitely behind them, my friend. We're definitely behind them. No one lies. The fans will blow this season so much negativity. I'm only negative over the game yesterday and the contract stuff, DB. That's all I'm negative about. I'm still think we'll win the title. Bear Jamrock, he says, Liverpool in previous title chasing seasons always seem to see the golden rake in the backyard and we're stepping in it ourselves over the face. The only difference is, Jamrock, is that we ain't got City chasing us. That is the only difference. We haven't got City chasing us. Because I think Arsenal will still slip up as well. Yeah, they're massive games, Josh. Huge games. No, they're huge games. Yeah, I just think we'll win the league. But it might just be not the points gap that I probably wanted to start with. I do feel if we beat Man United and go 8 points clear of Arsenal, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I think that puts one hand on the Premier League trophy. I know it's only January and a lot can happen, but 8 points is a heck of a lot, and we have that game in hand. 9 point, what would that be? 11 points. That for me puts one hand on the trophy. That's why I'm so annoyed, guys. That's why I'm so annoyed about yesterday. Yeah, we've made the title closer than we needed to, Jamrock. There's no doubt about it. That's why I'm saying I'm annoyed about yesterday's result, because we have made it closer than it needed to be. Mad Redhead says, I'm still not convinced we'll win the league. We make signings this window, then I might change the way I look at things. What makes you think we might not win the league? Because Arsenal got to be pretty much perfect now till the end of the season. That's the thing. Arsenal got to be pretty much perfect till the end of the season. I just don't think Arsenal have not got. It's at 1-0 Forest already. Then this Forest game next week, guys, is going to be difficult. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Owen. Arsenal got to be pretty much. If City buy in Jan, they've got. Yeah, the thing is though, City are 12 points behind us. They'd have to win every game from their next Premier League game to their last Premier League game. Even if they, but I just don't see that happening. Even if they did, they still probably wouldn't win the league, being 12 points behind. So even if they did that, they probably still wouldn't win the league because Liverpool would have to drop 12 points from now till the end of the. So Liverpool would have to drop 12 points from now till the end of the season, and Man City would have to win every game from now till the end of the season. I just don't see that happening. They'll close the gap. It might not be 12 points by the end of the season, but we'd have to lose another 4 games yet, or draw another 5-6 games. We'd have to go for a run where we draw, lose, win sort of thing. And then they close that gap if they win their games. That is, but yeah, I think City are out of it. It's just I think City will finish third though. I think they catch Chelsea. I just don't know if Arsenal are going to go through this winning run. I think this Forest game's going to be fucking hard, guys. I just think it's going to be so difficult. It really is. And that's what pees me off. Because if we beat Man United, I would have taken a draw against Nottingham Forest. I'd be happy with that. I would have so been happy with that because they're playing so well at the moment. I'd have been happy beating Man United, going away to Nottingham Forest, getting a draw, and then going away to Brentford on the weekend and beating Brentford. Because that's 7 points. That's 7 points out of 9. That's perfectly fine. Arsenal got some hard games coming up. They got to play Newcastle and Man United in the FA Cup. So they can't rest anyone, where Liverpool can rest players against Accrington Stanley. So Arsenal got some difficult games themselves. Plus they got a North London derby. Plus they got Manchester City. So they got hard games. They're going to drop points. So Liverpool could afford to drop points to Nottingham Forest if we beat Man United. The problem is now, if we draw against Man United, draw against Nottingham Forest and beat Brentford, that's only 5 points. And I think that's where we come a little bit unstuck. So, yeah, I just want to see us. Arsenal got tricky games, man. Yeah, the Brentford game's the what. My whole game is the Nottingham Forest guys. That's their game. Not Brentford. Brentford are going to play in a way that will benefit us. I certainly am. I've already got a hotel booked. Already got hotels. Yeah, already. I think they're all booked already. Yeah, I weren't waiting about. I did it already because if you try and book a hotel, say in March or April, you're not going to get one, or it's going to cost you a fortune. So yeah, I did it a while ago. I always book up Liverpool hotels in the end of seasons anyway, because we mostly always go up to Liverpool at the end of the season anyway. So yeah, book them up early, man. Definitely will be there. Don't you worry about that. I certainly am. I'm down south. But I supported Liverpool so I'm 43, so I've supported Liverpool since I was 9 years old. So 30 odd years, man. You can top and tail, like. I can top and tail. Slot's obsessed with the Forest. He's been thinking about this game. Yeah, look, to be fair, it wouldn't shock me if we did, but we put an absolute beating on Forest. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me, but yeah, it's a worry, ain't it? Maximum points we can get is 105. So I think, how many points do we? So the maximum points Liverpool can get is 105. What do you reckon the points will be to win the title this season? Give me a number, guys. What's the number that wins the Premier League this season? What are we saying? 85, 88, 90? I'm saying 90, 90, 88. So Liverpool, if that's the case, Liverpool can afford to drop like 10 or so points. Arsenal can't afford to drop the same amount of points because they're 6 points behind us and we got a game in hand. So if it stays 6 points all the way, and then we beat Everton in our game and it's 9 points, we can afford to drop 10. They can't afford to drop like 1 point. So, yeah, it's still in Liverpool's hands. Still in Liverpool's hands. 88. We all thinking around the mid-80s to 90, yeah? 78. Mid-80s to 90. I hear it. Mid-80s to 90, I hear it. I think we're averaging that around, what, about 88 here? 89 points? And we got Arsenal at Anfield as well. That is a big fact. We've got some difficult away games coming up, though. Yeah, obviously, if it takes 85 points, it gets a bit closer. But I think a lot of teams are going to take points off each other, ain't they? Like Newcastle and Arsenal will take points off each other. Liverpool and Arsenal will take points off each other. Liverpool and Newcastle, Liverpool and City, Arsenal and City. You know, they're all going to take points off each other, ain't they? But I think we got Arsenal at Anfield. And Chelsea at Anfield, ain't we? And Newcastle at Anfield. So in them top 6 games, you know, 3 of our hard games are at Anfield. So yeah, it should. You fancy your chances. Right, who thinks we're going to win the Premier League? Let's do that. That's it. Let's finish on a high note. Who thinks we're going to put? If you think we're going to win the Premier League this season, put yes in the chat. Put yes in the chat if you think we're going to win the Premier League this season. Let's talk. Let's go. Let's have a bit of positivity here. If you think we're going to win the Premier League this season, is it Chelsea away? Chelsea away. I thought Chelsea. I don't know why I thought Chelsea at home. Chelsea away. But yes, absolutely. Yes. Alex says no. If you're saying no, let me know why. No. Jamrock don't know. Let me know if you don't like. If you're a bit like, let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Why we draw too many? So we've drawn 4 games and Arsenal have drawn 7. This is the thing. Who thinks Arsenal will go to draw more than 10 games? So Liverpool got 6 draws advantage over Liverpool have drawn 4 games and Arsenal have drawn 7. Arsenal have also lost 2 and we've lost 1. And obviously we've got a game in hand in the 6-point gap. So Arsenal would have to stop drawing games and pretty much win every match. If you're saying no, guys, let me know. Let me know. City will finish closest. I think it all depends what City do. I'm going to watch this game in a minute. Arsenal have an easier schedule. Let me have a look at Arsenal's fixtures. Let me get Arsenal's fixtures up. Remember, they've drawn more games than us already. They've already drawn 7 games, which is a lot at this stage of the season. Let me find the Arsenal. Oh, what is going on here? Sorry, guys. 1 second. Be right with you. Keep pressing the wrong button. Fixtures. Go. Arsenal fixtures up. I'm interested. Arsenal got hard games, man. Let me put this up on the screen. So these are Arsenal's fixtures, guys. So Arsenal's next league game is Spurs. Then they got to play Aston Villa, away to Wolves. Then they got to play Man City, away to Leicester. These are not, these are not easy games. These first few here. remember, in their cup games, in Arsenal's cup games, they got to play Newcastle in the League Cup and then Man United in the FA Cup. So they probably got to go strong in them games where Liverpool got to play Accrington Stanley in the FA Cup and can rest. They're at home to Spurs. Home team usually wins, but you never know. It's a North London derby. Then they've got Aston Villa, which would be a tough game. You know, Villa have beaten them last season. Away to Wolves on a 3:00 kickoff. Might be a difficult game, Wolves at home. Then obviously got Manchester City. So, you know, they're difficult games, guys. They're difficult games. And they can't afford, they can't afford to have a draw there. They've drawn 7 games already. They can't afford to draw any of them games. As I said, they've drawn 7 games already. Our running is the hardest. If you're on about that, yeah, they got another injury as well. So they got another forward injury. They got Forest away as well. Yeah, Forest Arsenal games go. So this is what I'm saying. Liverpool have drawn 4 games. Arsenal have drawn 7 games, guys. If one of them games is a draw and we win a game, that just elevates us even higher up. They've only got to draw one of them games in the 3, and we got to win one of them games, and it puts us in more of an advantage. Like, as long as we can match Arsenal's results for the rest of the season and we win the league. Let's do that. If we match every Arsenal result till the end of the season, we probably win the Premier League. So, yeah, we just got to keep going. At this moment in time, I'm going to go Liverpool win the league. And if that happens, if it's a draw in that game, and we beat Nottingham Forest, it's going to be even harder for Arsenal. So, yeah, we just got to keep going, guys, and believe in ourselves. Yeah, that's my worry, Mighty Reds, is the draw to Forest. That's why I'm so pissed off about the Man United game. If we beat Forest and we beat Brentford and Arsenal draw one of them 2 Premier League games they got coming up, that are quite difficult. It's going to take a toll on their squad. They got injuries now. When Neri's injured, Saka's injured. Rice isn't completely fit at the moment. They're struggling at the back a little bit. They got injuries, man. That's what I'm saying. Arsenal almost have to be perfect, guys. They almost have to be perfect, and Liverpool just have to drop off the earth. I hear that. But also, let's see what we do, eh? Let's see what we do. Maybe FSG surprise us all. We buy a player. Who knows? It's a long month this month. Let's see what happens. But, guys, I'm going to be quite positive. I know I started the show on a negative. It's just my emotions running away with me, and I got emotional. But I'm just still pissed off about yesterday. I'm going to leave it on a high. I think we'll win the league. I think it's still in our hands. I think we can all agree with that. It's in our hands right now. We haven't got to worry about anyone else doing us a favour or anything like that. It's literally still in our hands. Champions League's going quite well. Can't argue there. We're in the League Cup semi-final. Yeah, we're in a good place. That's can't pretend. On the pitch, we're in a good place. Off the pitch right now with these transfers and the players' contracts, it's a bit shit. That needs sorting ASAP. Let's sort the transfers out ASAP. Let's sort the contracts out ASAP. And everything else we're doing on the pitch will look after itself. So I'm going to stay in a positive mood like that. But big up to everyone. Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming in. Stabby Live says, unless Man City gets out of steam because they should have lost that game over the weekend. They were lucky. So in fact, I want Man City with no confidence because look, City are 12 points behind us. They have literally got to win every game from now until the end of the season. And Liverpool, I've got to lose 12 points. So that's extremely difficult, man. Extremely difficult. But yeah, big up to everyone. Enjoy it. Go and watch the Nottingham Forest Wolves game. Have fun. And I'll chat again tomorrow, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Big up to everyone. Thank you for being here. Much love. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now. Enjoy.